What's up YouTube, it's Louis here, hope you're all well. We're looking at Quant today. We're starting off on the weekly time frame. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and of course if you do and want to support the channel, please do like, subscribe and comment. We're on the road to 5k subscribers and we're almost there, and yeah, we're really pushing for it towards, of course, the end of year. Let's see if we can. I really doubt that we can, but hopefully this January we'll hit it. So let's continue with the of course weekly time frame analysis at first, and then we'll move over to the daily time frame. I hope you've joined me from the Bitcoin update, as we saw in the last week's update on Friday, as well as today's update. We were expecting last week that Bitcoin was going to close out as a shooting star, and we've seen the same thing here with Quant, and that means that this head and shoulders that we've been talking about ever since this candle over here, we've been shouting out for this head and shoulders. A lot of the bullish pages were saying, no, we're going up from here, don't worry guys, 400 next. Yes, that was all correct until that red candle, but even though they saw this red candle, they thought, okay, there's a doji there, we're flying up again because we're holding this as support. They were looking too far ahead. You need to realize when you come down deep, you need to remember at halfway through the move, there's something we call a golden pocket, or just the fib retracement fibs. So we'll look into that today on the daily time frame. But yeah, this was your weekly analysis. It looks like that we are taking shape with this head and shoulders, and we're still keeping up under this key resistance between 125. If you remember, we've been talking about this level for over a month now. 125, it's been 382 fib. We'll look at that on the daily time frame. But yeah, between 125 and 134, which is where we topped out over here. Don't forget, we got that level of $150, that psychological level, which we're still under, and we've been calling that the bear market level. As when we lost this level of 150 over here with this red candle, I was able to tell you guys that we had a head and shoulders pattern that had validated with at least a $70 target when we measured from here to the neckline. So from here to the neckline, we measured just use a line and then put it on the breakdown, and then that gave us a $70 target around here. But then of course we continued a little bit lower, and once we flipped $50 back into support, you see we bounced off around 45.50 here. We went below, reclaimed $45 to $50, and 50 is a psychological level, and with this candle over here you confirmed $45 to $50 as support on the weekly time frame. And this is where I gave everyone that golden buy signal back down here, and a lot of people have thanked me for that signal. So if you did take that, leave it in the comment. Of course, like this video and make sure you're sharing these updates. Although the TA has been right, we're not getting as much engagement as before. The views are going down and we're not getting as many likes. So that's why I ask you guys if you can please do so. Thank you guys so much. Let's move over to the daily time frame right now. A little bit confusing, but we had this descending triangle. We first had this potential double bottom, which again, it played out in the short term, but we were expecting that it's only going to come up to the 55 and get hammered back down. So just before the end of the week, we had this descending triangle, and we can see from here down to there, this is your technical target on the breakdown, and we can see that we've actually met this technical target right now. You could have let me move over to the next time frame. You could have moved over to the next time frame, to go over here on the 4 hour or any lower time frames to look for the breakout. We had a actual head and shoulders over here, shoulder, head and shoulder on the 4 hour time frame, with this being your neckline. Or you could have had a horizontal one over here, or you could have waited for a close below that. So you could have used that as your signal. You could have used this one as your bearish signal. Yeah, that would have been the one, because you lost the horizontal, you lost this uptrending one, and that is meaning that you have validated one neckline. But I like drawing two because again, this is a demand zone as well. Although this could be your neckline, it's just a signal, okay, we are coming down to here, but then this is a support. Is it going to hold? Can you see you came down to it once and you wicked off, you broke back into the pattern, then you broke it. So you retested it, then you broke it. So that would have been your signal. But again, if you missed that one out, could have got in on this one when you lost that. So that's the 4 hour analysis. We'll go back to the daily time frame now. But yeah, that's how you would have been using the daily time frame, and going over to the smaller time frames to look for entries. But yeah, the pattern itself you would have spotted on the daily time frame and using the EMAs. And this is exactly what I go through step by step in the one-to-one mentorship, which is currently discounted at the moment, as well as the course. This is all discounted until the end of the year. And if you want to take action, just private message me on my Twitter. The link is underneath this video, and yeah, we'll get you started as soon as today if you want to do so. But unfortunately, I only have 2 slots available for the mentorship. So if you do want to start actually learning, then please do message me. We can get you started, and yeah, continue with this. So this was your descending triangle support, and so if we're actually going to come back into it, expect to fall from it again. But we are running into this actual previous area of demand, and that's why we've been stalling around here. You were once using a support. We got a doji, which means like it's not really can't really decide what's going on. There's indecision in the market. We're touching support, we're touching resistance. We are at some level of support over here, and so as long as we're above this, can't be too bearish. But this over here, today signal, it's not confirmed. Remember, we're always waiting for that closure of the candle. So that's in 7 hours time, guys. So by the time this video comes out, it's going to be even closer. So make sure you got this on over on your chart. Click this down here, countdown to bar close. And then yeah, it should let you know when when the daily candle closes. And this right here is a shooting star, which is what we saw on the weekly time frame for Quant as well as Bitcoin, and that's just a bearish continuation signal in this case. But over here we had the double bottom that ran back out into the 55, just as we anticipated with the shooting star. So yeah, that would have been another sell signal, but this on the higher time frame, and we saw those other signals on the 4-hour time frame, and you could have been able to go on the lower time frames as well and spotted them. But yeah, I'm going to pull out the fibs now on the other Quant chart. You can see we were talking about the 382 for over a month over here, 125. We were saying that as long as we're below 125, and when we actually got above, well, just before we got above it, I was saying, but we've also got the 55 above. This is actually not going to allow you to get to the 050 fib. And yeah, the fibs itself are saying get above the 382, we're going to the 050. The moving averages were just like no, basically. So this is why I like the moving averages, and so that's what's kept you in this downtrend. And you had a fake out because you got above the 382, fell back under, hit its resistance, and we've dropped in a descending triangle. What was once in the short term a W, can you see actually if we take it from here and go up, down, it's flipped into an M, and that's why we see a descending triangle. Or you just do that. There you go. So yeah, we've got an M pattern as well as that head and shoulders playing out over here. Shoulder, head, and shoulder. So yeah, a lot of nice nice volatility over the last few days. But of course, it took a good while for this to happen. Now that's because we're on the daily time frame, and of course only one candle's one day. And of course, yeah, look how many candles over here to form this pattern. It means that when you do see the pattern, you need to be confident in your analysis. This is why you can practice on the lower time frames. But when you do see patterns on the higher time frames, understand they're with higher accuracy. So yeah, you can't ignore them basically, because yeah, they got longer term effects rather than a pattern on the 5-minute time frame or the 1-hour time frame, for example. So yeah, I'm going to pull out some new fibs from the low over here to the top, where we had that fake out above the 382. It's showing us that we've got some support, which is the golden pocket. We've already tapped it over here, so this is why we're stalling. And what this actually means is you've had this big push up, but of course as an exhaustion phase, because we had such a big push down, and this is a reaccumulation just to continue low eventually. So this was a bull trap, and even if we continue up, I still expect us to get rejected eventually. But for the moment, we can see we have this golden pocket right here, and this is what's meant to keep you keep you in this uptrend that you're trying to now form. You're trying to form it. You haven't broken that high yet. That's what it's now going to do, and this is going to be that pivot point that it's going to try and use to break out and break this high. But what we need Quant to do right now, and this is me personally, because of course at the moment I'm bearish because we're of course under the bear market level, so I'm trying to keep you guys as informed as possible that the expectation is still that this continues lower. But again, I'm just making you aware for the bulls out there that this could be a potential play. However, I must warn, you need to measure every push down. So this is a push down, and about halfway through there's going to be a golden pocket. So even if we bounce off here, there's going to be a brick wall, and that's again about $125. So if you're not getting above $125, we're running into it, you could be rolling over again. And you see, if we just get rid of all these drawing now, you're going to see another pattern potentially forming. So you see how we had this shoulder, head and shoulder here, and now we've broken the pattern, broken the necklines, and you're coming down to its target, or you've already met the target. Well, if we're now bouncing off this new golden pocket, which we've just found out between 101 and 107, which if we look to the left, the structure is actually already leaving us clues. It was already the 236 fib, so between here and yeah, you've got the support over here. You just drag this into the future now. So we'll just draw a box real quick, and then we'll continue. There we go. Just like that. 101, okay, let's just call it 100. That's a nice psychological level. This is what we're this is what's keeping us up as a support right now. We're meant to break this high. However, guys, we see this small head and shoulders, correct? If we come up now, remember, we have a push down. We need to measure halfway, around halfway. And so if we stop here, we call it a small dead cat bounce, and you continue lower. What would this form? A much larger shoulder, head, and shoulder. So we could even be forming another head and shoulders pattern, and this may make sense as we're expecting a much larger shoulders, head, shoulders, head and shoulders, another head and shoulders pattern here on the higher time frames. Remember the weekly time frame, so this could make sense, this potential play. But remember what it's now going to try and do, as this is a big area of demand. Remember, we've had this push up, we measure halfway, that's about this golden pocket, you've bounced off of it at the moment, you're trying to bounce, and so you need to break the high right here. You need to break this high we just set. And so if that's the case, we're going to continue higher, but with key resistances still could continue lower eventually, like this. Could just be an A, B, C, a much larger A, B, C if it hasn't already done that here, A, B, C, and now coming back down. So yeah, this is what I'm believing that's going to continue to happen over the next few days and weeks. So we'll take it from tomorrow, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's update. If you want me to teach you all of this, then private message me over my Twitter where I can give you a discount, whether that's on the mentorship or the course. If you want to check out those channel memberships, please do so. If you want to send in a super thanks, right next to the like button, you can also do so. Thank you guys so much. Head over to my Twitter and just follow me there anyway for further updates, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.